Did you make your bed already? If no, go and make your bed. And then your life will change. That's what is saying in this book, Make Your Bed by Admiral William McRaven. And I'm totally agree with him because I'm daughter of the father who was served in the army, and that's what it was one of our discipline in my family. You have to make your bed no matter what. Is it achievement for me? I would say no. Make your bed, it's the habit what is I have during my whole life. And I so love read books of the military men because for me that's nostalgia and part of my life, I would say. So let's improve your life and talk more about this book. So in this book you will find 10 rules. What is simple rules, I would say, and what is can help you to change your life for the better and improve quality of your life and change the world. What this book promising, right? But let's start at least from your life. And first, of course, it's make your bed. So how often you make your bed? It's such a simple action. So how Admiral said, if you made your bed, so you already did something during the day and you're not so much loser how you can think about yourself. In my family, of course, it didn't work because make your bed, it what is basic and what is you have to do no matter what. So I'm still making my bed every day, no matter what. I'm all the time make my bed. And there's what is I like what swinging around to face me. The instructor looked me in the eye and nodded. He never said a word. Making my bed correctly was not going to be an opportunity for praise. It was expected of me. It was my first task of the day, and doing it right was important. It demonstrated my discipline. It showed my attention to detail. And at the end of the day, it would be a reminder that I had done something well, something to be proud of, no matter how small the task. That's exactly what it was in my family. It was expected of me to do it, right? And also, Admiral said that when they captured Saddam Hussein, he was surprised that Saddam Hussein had these silky sheets on his bed, but he never made his bed, and for him it was not acceptable. Second rule was find someone to help you paddle. And here it was about how it's important to find a partner in your life who will help you no matter what. And also it was in the SEAL training a lot when they did teamwork, and he had a buddy with who he was paddle and do some different stuff, and who's supposed to cover you, who's supposed to help you. If it's teamwork, someone could rest while others is do their job. They can switch between each other, and that's how they can more to do work and better quality. None of us are immune from life's tragic moments, like the small rubber boat we had in basic SEAL training. It takes a team of good people to get you to your destination in life. You cannot paddle the boat alone. Find someone to share your life with, make as many friends as possible, and never forget that your success depends on others. And I totally agree. Then more we have friends, relatives, and people who care about us and we care about them, and more brighter, more efficient, more high quality life we would have. Rule number 3, measure a person by size of their heart. And I'm totally agree, of course, with this, because the most important is how good the person, right? And then you can understand that you can trust him, and that he will support you if something happened. SEAL training was always about proving something. Proving that size didn't matter. Proving that the color of your skin wasn't important. Proving that money didn't make you better. Proving that determination and grit were always more important than talent. I was fortunate to learn that lesson a year before training began. I like it. Rule number 4. Get over being a sugar cookie and keep moving forward. And here Admiral talk about one interesting punishment what they use in the army. You have to be fully clothed, and first you need to swim. Afterwards you fell face down into the sand and start to rolling, that whole your uniform would be covered by sand and that it would be any inch of clean body. It's supposed to be sand everywhere, absolutely everywhere. That's what is called sugar cookie, and I would say that's very creative. And here what it was. Mr. Mark, do you have any idea why you are a sugar cookie this morning? No, Instructor Martin, because Mr. Mark, life isn't fair, and the sooner you learn that, the better of you will be. That's funny. And in this chapter, Admiral talked about his friend Moki. And Moki was a SEAL operator and also phenomenal athlete. And one day he was bicycling and he hasn't seen oncoming bicycle coming, and there happened accident and he was paralyzed. Moki has been in a wheelchair during 35 years. He never was complaining, he never said why me, and after this accident he even became really great painter. It is easy to blame your lot in life on some outside force, to stop trying because you believe fate is against you. It is easy to think that where you were raised, how your parents treated you, or what school you went to is all that determines your future. Nothing could be further from the truth. The common people and the great men and women are all defined by how they deal with life's unfairness. Helen Keller, Nelson Mandela, Stephen Hawking, Malala Yousafzai, and Moki Martin. And I'm totally agree because it's in our nature to complain, to all the time find reason why we can't do something, because it's our parents, our friends, our job, our life, our destiny, our karma, and you can continue. But instead to complain and ask why me and why it's so unfair, because life is unfair, right? And what is you can do the best to yourself and to people around yourself is collect yourself and move forward and look what you can improve, and instead to crying about your past, more concentrate for your future and think how you can achieve your goals. Rule number 5, don't be afraid of the circus. And I love this chapter also because all of us heard about Hell Week in the SEALs, right? But I never heard about the circus, and that's actually very interesting. So if you in some way lost from the swim game, last run, last push-ups, last do something else, then you would be punishment, and the punishment is the circus. So other soldiers, they went for the rest or what they are doing there, and you are going for few more hours to do physical exercise. Next day, you again get up early and with others continue to do physical exercise, but you are more tired, more weaker, and that's until that time when you stop to be last around your group. We see they was swimming on their boats, and Admiral was last one, and he was came to the circus, and he was attend one time to the circus, second time, third time, again few more times. He didn't have enough sleep, enough food, enough rest. His muscles are hurting, everything is hurting, and he is again and again came to the circus, and after few days, they again doing this like boat racing when he with his partner came to the shore, and they are so tired. Officer met them again, you shame your team, and they just like, oh no, we again have to go to the circus, and officers say you are shame your team because you are first one and we still can see other boats there. And that's what is about the chapter, that it could be like hard, it could be very, very hard, especially this exercise and no rest, no food, no anything, but you even wouldn't realize how you became faster, stronger than others. And Admiral wrote in his book that all people who happened to came to the circus, so they in general became more stronger than that soldiers who haven't attended circus. In life, you will face a lot of circuses. You will pay for your failures, but if you preserve if you let those failures teach you and strengthen you, then you will be prepared to handle life's tough moments. Sometimes you think that you failure and you can't do anything, but if you continue to move, if you continue to be stubborn and wouldn't give up, then of course you will reach, and afterwards you realize that you are stronger and smarter than others. Rule number 6, slide down the obstacle head first. And that was also interesting because we're usually afraid of the risks in our life, and sometimes we miss opportunity because we're afraid, what if it's happened something bad? And then in the SEAL training, Admiral, he had struggling to first down from the ladder, and the officers was screaming at him, okay, slide down first ahead. And of course, Admiral was scary of this, but afterwards he understands that, of course, it's risks, but anyway, he will do it. And he did it, and everything was fine, and he was one of the first one. And that's how it's in the life, that we have plenty of risk around us, but we shouldn't let that risks will stop us, because no matter what we are doing, it always would be risk. It's only when you do nothing, probably then it would be never any risk. We should to be careful, but still understand that we have to move forward. Rule number 7, don't back down from the sharks. And in this chapter, Admiral talk how in the SEAL trainings they were swimming with the sharks. It was some area in California, and there was plenty of different types of sharks. And he was afraid, of course, to swim around them, but they never have a choice. Also, he was talking about Saddam Hussein. When they took him, he was asked to came other people from the government, that they will came and see by themselves that Saddam Hussein no dangerous anymore. And he was so shocked when he seen that these people from government, they were sitting and they were so much afraid, and they just couldn't say anything against of Saddam Hussein or do something because they were still very afraid of him. And what is Admiral did, he was show up every morning to his room, and when Saddam Hussein came to him to greeting him, Admiral, he just ignored him because sharks, they everywhere, but you shouldn't show them that you're afraid of them. Bullies are all the same, whether they are in the schoolyard, in the workplace, or ruling a country through terror. They thrive on fear and intimidation. Bullies gain their strength through the timid and faint of heart. They are like sharks that sense fear in the water. They will circle to see if their prey is struggling. They will probes to see if the victim is weak. If you don't find the courage to stand your ground, they will strike. In life, to achieve your goals, to complete the night swim, you will have to be men and women of great courage. That courage is within all of us. Dig deep, and you will find it in abundance. Rule number 8, be your very best in the darkest moments. And here Admiral talks about how in the SEAL training it was one task that they, when it's night, you need swim under the water and fix the boat. It was something about fix the boat, and everything is very, very dark, but you need to do it. Also, he was talking about one mission when people died, and it was funeral, and was families who show up, and he tried to do some speech and everything, and he understood that it doesn't work, and he doesn't know what to exactly to do. Then, and there was his friend, another officer, and he was speak with everybody, and it was seems that they understand each other. And this his friend, he also lost his son and he is shows other people that he understands their grief and he accept it, and he is just like talk about this. And this chapter about that it would be in your life the darkest moments all the time, what is try to crush your spirit, and in this darkest moment what you should to do is reach deep inside yourself and to be your very best. Rule number 9. Start singing when you are up to your neck in mud. And I was really enjoyed to read this chapter. It again was about Hell Week, how it was, and it was Wednesday, and they were already so tired, and they're running, and it was very cold, and they were totally with a mud, and they were so dirty, so hungry, thirsty, and it was so freezing outside. And it was night, and officers, they made fire. But it was line there, and soldiers, they can't cross this line, because if they will cross this line, so it would be means, so they give up and they're just like going home. Soldiers, they were just standing there and look how officers was gathering around the fire, and they were warm, happy, and there was food. And one of the officers, he came to them and said, okay, here's the fire, and you can warm yourself, and the food and the drink. Now come on with me, and you will get all of this. One of them made one step, and after her second step, and Admiral understood if this person will came to the officer, so it would be others who also came to the officer, and they would be give up. What is never supposed to happen. One of the soldiers, he started singing very loud, and he started singing, and other soldiers, they started to singing with him, and officer just like, no, shut up, stop to singing, and they never continue to sing. That's how they were safe themselves that night. Once again, we had learned an important lesson: the power of one person to unite the group, the power of one person to inspire those around him, to give them hope. If that one person could sing while neck deep in mud, then so could we. If that one person could endure the freezing cold, then so could we. If that one person could hold on, then so could we. And I like this chapter a lot because it shows that how we can inspire other people, how we can show other people how we are strong. And if one person can do so, we can do the same. And that is amazing. And I like it a lot. So if you have a hard time just thinking, and your life would begin much better. Rule number 10, don't ever ring the bell. And we all know that in the SEALs, so they have this, that if you ring the bell 3 times, then it means that you go home. And here's another chapter what I love a lot, and here's Admiral saying about ring the bell and how they came on the first day. The officer, and he had speech, and he said that he will do absolutely everything what he can. He will humiliate them, he would laugh from them, he would do absolutely everything what he can, that they will ring the bell and go home. And there was some hundred of people standing, and to the end it was 30 something people left because other was gave up. And here what this officer said, but let me tell you something, if you quit, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Quitting never makes anything easier. And yeah, Admiral said after 6 months later, there left only 33 of us. Yes, the quit is the most easiest what you can do, but you would never know how it would be if you wouldn't quit, how it would be different, your life, and what you can achieve and what you are capable of. So if it's possible, never quit. Here it was one story what is, I was gonna cry a little bit because it's so strong, because it's so powerful story about Ranger Bates. In Afghanistan was a war. Ranger, he was show up. It was his first mission after his training. He was 23 years old, and he show up in Afghanistan. It was his first mission, and he stepped on the mine, and it was explored, of course, and he lost his legs. And when Admiral showed up in the hospital and seen him, and he was looked awful. Of course, it was bruises, it was blood, it was his puffy eyes, and no legs, no anything. And nurse just like said, okay, can you speak with him a little bit? He knows sign language, so it would be nice if you will speak with him on sign language. And Admiral, he tried to say something to him, and soldier, with a signs, he just like showed him, I will be okay. And here it's like says, as I left the hospital that evening, I could not help but cry. Of the hundreds of men I talked with in the hospital, never once did anyone complain. Never once. They were proud of their service. They were accepting of their fate. And all they wanted was to get back to their unit, to be with the men that they had left behind. And after some time, he was again meet with a ranger, and what he's saying. With all he had been through, the multiple surgeries of the painful rehab and adjusting to a new life, he never quit. He was laughing, joking, smiling, and just as he promised me, he was okay. And that was like so nice chapter, because how we see this boy, right? Because how you can say man, he's 23 years old. He only gratitude from his training, and now he is losing his legs, and Nurse Admiral seen him with prosthetic legs, and he was totally fine, and he had some job in the army, and that's amazing, right? When we can cry a little bit and afterwards anyway move forward. So what I want to say about this book, it's a very short book, so it will take maybe 2-4 hours to read this book. Then what I think the most simple rules, but and probably you know about them, but what it can change your life and give you some strength in your life, and that is amazing. I was really enjoyed to read this book. It's 5 out of 5 for sure, and you have to read this book. And what I like the most, that motivation, it's not bad, but the discipline is better, because if you have discipline, then for sure you can reach your goals, because first discipline, after motivation. So thank you that you watched my video, and see you on my next video and next book.
If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. To pass SEAL training, there are a series of long swims that must be completed. One is the night swim. Before the swim, the instructors joyfully brief the students on all the species of sharks that inhabit the waters off San Clemente. They assure you, however, that no student